happening, guys? And this is actually hippystone. Hi. This is a new format I'm going to be trying with my videos where there's a little bit of FaceTime before the video actually starts. Just to talk about what we're going to do in the video and all. New thing, pop it up, try it, may not stick around. So, yes, this is hippystone and not campfire. And if I sound a little off today, a little tingle in my throat. That's why today we are drinking some rose and orange peel tea with honey and helping my voice. So you may hear that throughout the course of the video. Fear not, that's all part of the plan. Today on Hippystone, we're going to be trying another new thing where I basically try to come up with odd, weird, not necessarily good decks, but different ones. Not your traditional or your well-working gimmicks, just bad things, mostly. Some of them work okay, some of them don't. So, it's not necessarily good decks we're going to be focusing on for the next couple episodes. It's fun decks and different decks, interesting decks. If you're the kind of person who the only fun is winning, yeah, may not be for you, but that's what we're doing here today. And today we're going to be focusing on a particular form of paladin deck that I devised. Mainly solely focusing on rush and board control. Where it falters is card draw and late game board presence. It just doesn't exist. But it's an interesting concept and we'll get to that now. I'll see you guys when the video starts here in just a second. Peace for now. What's happening, guys, and welcome back to Hippystone. We're starting today with a kind of a gimmicky deck, and it's called a Minion Paladin. I haven't named the deck, I know, I just come up with the name off the top of my head because I don't know what to call it. Everything here is either a buff or it is a minion that summons another minion. So, we start off with our 2 Avenges and our 2 Blessing of Mights for 1-drops. Again, these are buffs, so they're going to go along. We're running minions like the Echoing Ooze, the Haunted Creeper, the Murloc Raider, Razorfin Hunter, Dragonlane Mechanic. You guys get the gist. Most of these are minions that instantly put 2 minions on the board. There are some exceptions. The Haunted Creeper is just a really good value card that fits the theme. Sludge Belcher really helps towards the mid-game. And Cairn Bloodhoof is just a solid legendary for this deck. Also, another thought is possibly you could input oh, do I not have an Exia? I thought I had an Exia. Apparently I don't. Silly me. You could put an Exia in this deck, but it probably wouldn't fit with the tempo of the deck. You want to usually try to win by mid-game. The Sea Giant, I just have 1 in, and it's just a good thing to have. Like, it is a standard draw on here. Other things we have is we do have just a little bit of control and card draw with Hammer of Wrath. Lay on Hand, same thing. It's some regen, some card draw, because you can regain board control pretty good. If you ever solidly lose board control, it's gone. We've also added Mustard for Battle. It works really good with the Sword of Justice. The best play in the game, pretty much, is having Sword of Justice and Echoing Ooze, and playing Echoing Ooze and Avenge. Like, those are really good combos because you can get some really quick, really strong minions out there. So let's go ahead and play a game, and I will see you guys there.
Uther versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine!
Alright,
I will fight with honor.
This is a very bad opening hand for this deck. This is definitely a tempo deck, so you're looking for your low-cost early cards. That's better. It's still not great. Since we're going second, it could be worse.
I feel icky.
Right, so we're gonna go ahead and counter that and get our 2-1 on the board to respond. This looks like a proper zoo, so this may not go well because they can kind of keep up with our tempo if we don't get, you know, some decent draws.
Job's done.
So what we're doing is just giving him a lot of 1-1s to hit from the initial 2-1.
For a little while, I tackle big punch.
There he goes with the 1-1. Again with the 1-1 on top. Right. So next up, we're going to play the second batch. And right now we're just trying to keep board presence till we get some of our stickier minions out there. And we're trying to keep his board presence as low as possible, though he's got the same theme we do. Right. So what we're going to do next is we are going to
Reporting for duty.
muster for
justice.
battle. And then we're going to pass. We're going to keep that for when a minion can attack and it's instantly useful. Is the best time to use that.
Dare summon me.
Like right now. Or we could throw Sludge Belcher 4, 5, 6, 7, or +4 would make him a 5/5, and then both of those would be our entire turn. So I'm thinking
I wonder.
7. Yeah, this way it keeps us minions on the board. This way makes him have to remove it. Kind of like that.
The
So
battle!
we're just
The battle! The battle! For justice!
we're gonna go off face here, and we're gonna make him have to try to remove that Sludge Belcher.
Why do you call?
See, we have an answer for that.
Dare summon me.
So,
The battle! The battle! The battle! For justice! Job done. Handle it!
alright, so we are at turn 7. We die
The
next turn
battle!
unless we kill this. The next thing we need is...
Yes, me and Mr. Right.
For justice!
Like I said, when this deck goes bad, it can go real bad. We just haven't got any of our real, like our Sword of Justice, or things like that. So there it goes. We're gonna play another game. maybe you guys can see when it goes well what it looks like.
Uther versus Garrosh.
Alright, we are playing a warrior.
I will fight with honor.
This is going on. We're going to get rid of these two. This is probably the best turn one we have because it's going to be valuable. So we're going to coin one Avenge. We've got our Echoing Ooze, which is a really good play in combo with a lot of cards we have in our deck. So we're going to... Wait. Looking like a Charge Warrior. I've seen a couple of these. And they play very similar to us. But we're going to let
Justice.
play this out. We are followed with our best turn 2 ever. And normally I wouldn't waste that swing, but you might as well give it to him since we can't play a minion. But these things are insanely useful, and we're coming up on probably the best turn 3 player in the game. Of course, he's countered by giving us that, which is very good. So we're gonna play that. It's gonna buff it. And we're just gonna buff all of that. And then it multiplies. And it buffs it. You always want to make sure you have that one for after your turn, because the Sludge Belcher doesn't multiply until after, so.
For the king!
He's running all charge. He's going to ignore us. Which is really bad for our Avenge. At the same time... we can now clear his minions. And...
Just me and Mr. Right.
and 2 more to our board. And now our damage is going to start flowing in because he's got his
They'll never know what hit 'em.
his DD deck is running out of steam, as it were. So there we go. So we're going to move these 2 into hit. And then we're going to hit him.
Squire, attend me.
Job's done. Ready, sir.
And what really would put a kink in his plan here is if I draw my Lay on Hands. This is perfectly the kind of deck Lay on Hands is in for. Because yes, he's outbursted me up into this point, but my persistent damage will hold out.
What now?
He's waiting to make a decision here. I'm assuming that cleave was a little odd. I was expecting his deck to be entirely weapons and charge minions, etc. The other decks I've seen are that way. Face Warrior is kind of common here in the lower ranks. So we're gonna play 1, 2, and 2.
Reporting for duty. To battle!
You want to keep those Avenges up, especially when your board's full. It only allows to bigger hits next turn. One of the biggest crux on this deck is that your minions are genuinely low health. But so are his. Now he's probably holding Leroy, which means almost certainly Sludge Belcher has to come down next turn. 2, 4. That's 6. 4, yep. So what we're gonna do to start, we're gonna crush that in, we're gonna play Sludge Belcher, and
Reporting for duty.
we're gonna summon another guy. And then we just hit him in the face. So right now, he makes it through Sludge Belcher and kills us, or we kill him next turn.
Well played.
And there you go. Granted, his deck wasn't great either, but that's what happens.
Uther versus Valera.
Okay, this is a rogue. This is interesting.
You're back.
I
Okay,
will
here we are
fight
with
with honor.
Coin that, which is very good. So we're going to send that back for now. That's good for clearing later. Really, this is mostly just a clearing thing to remove bigger taunts. We're going to keep both of these, even though our turn 2 is kind of covered, and he's a little less good. So we're going to send him back, see what we get instead. We got a solid turn 3 after our turn 2 sword, which is really good.
Well met.
Always say greetings. It's just good manners. So does he hit us? No. Okay. So we're going to coin, proc our own weapon. And now you see things falling into curve. 3, 4. It's going to be draining uses of the weapon, but again, that's very solid play on his part.
Don't mess with Tusker.
So now he has to use a card to clear my entire board. Also, it's good to note that when playing these minions that summon other minions, the minion they summon actually goes first. So I go from a face. Wow.
Well played.
Let's just give him a well played on that, because I am now
Me and Mr. Bite.
in serious trouble. And that's going to make me have to do what I'm not good at doing, which is clearing his board. And he's just going to go face. No reason to do anything but. So we're going to Sludge Belcher here, which is the best thing for us. Alright, so he didn't play an Assassinate, which I'm going to take to believe, which this is a much better play, so.
Excuse.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we've now regained some form of board control. My second Sledge Belcher or my Lay on Hands wouldn't be a miss because we're getting on fast to the turn 8 where we can use Lay on Hands. We're quickly getting to that point.
Back from the jungle heap.
And there he is with a heal bot. He's gonna come just pick a little, pick a little, pick a little. Right? And that's the plan. Okay, so we're gonna play our Hammer of Wrath first. We're gonna get that card draw. And then we've got our other Hammer of Wrath, which is really good. So rather than do any of that, we're gonna stand by him not having 13 damage in hand.
Portals online!
Can I help you, sir? Can I help you, sir? Let me get that.
I should.
Well played.
Well played. And that's how we stabilize with this deck. You get behind that Sludge Belcher or you get that Lay on Hands and you just lay out minions with buffs until they can't stop what's on your board anymore, and it's just face, face, face. It's a really simple deck to play, though I think it does take a little bit of skill in where to clear and where to face. Usually there it was pretty clear, but there have been many situations in the past. I'm just going to leave this up for a second while I talk over it. That's the deck list, so you all can have a look and tweak it some. We didn't get to see the Avenging Wrath, which is very much been useful, especially in late game to help kind of clear. We also didn't get to see the Sea Giant. You may want to take out the Avenging Wrath and add a second Sea Giant, or take out the Karen and add a second Sea Giant, or second Avenging Wrath, excuse me. There are definitely some tweaks that could be made, but I like the deck. It works really well, and surprisingly well. I wouldn't say really well. It still rocks like a 40% win rate. 40% is probably a little low, but it rocks a well enough win rate that you can gain stars with this deck if you try. You have to grind a lot, but you can. That is the Minion Paladin, or the Board Paladin, or whatever you want to call it, because this one didn't have a name. Funny I started with that one. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.